3 manga are ending. Yes, that's right, people. 3 manga are ending. Couple of them are pretty big. One of them in particular is huge, humongous. I guess, I ain't gonna make you wait for the big one in particular. Let's start off with this one, because if you would hit that subscribe button and hit that bell to get notified, we drop new episodes of FORNEVERNEWS every Saturday, 12 p.m. EST. And throughout the week, we re-upload those segments into smaller bits for your viewing pleasure. I'd appreciate it. Let's jump straight into the stories. Apparently, it's been a long time coming. To be honest with you, I didn't expect for it to last even this long. At this point, Tokyo Revengers is coming to an end. I don't want to say finally, because that sounds like we've been waiting, but technically, yeah, it kind of felt like it overstayed its welcome to a certain degree after fans started switching up, so to speak, and basically saying that, yo, dog, Tokyo Revengers ain't it anymore. After it had that massive hype, especially when the anime came out, everybody was clamoring for Tokyo Revengers. Eventually, people started comparing it to like Fairy Tail and Disney, Mickey Mouse or whatever, but let's read. Tokyo Revengers manga heads toward climax. This year's 46th issue of Kodansha's weekly shonen magazine revealed on Wednesday that Ken Wakui's Tokyo Revengers manga is headed towards the climax of its final arc with its next chapter in the magazine's next issue on October 19th. The manga entered its final arc in June 2021. So yeah, it's been well over a year at this point that it's been in its final arc, and yeah, it's probably about time, to be honest with you. I would like for Tokyo Revengers to go out on more so of a high note. Hopefully things have changed. I stopped reading the manga a little bit ago now because I was not necessarily digging what was happening per se, but I didn't really want to start, bashing it and stuff like that, because I absolutely love the series. So I was like, I'm gonna put it on the back burner and get a marathon going, or maybe wait for the anime, because I really love the anime as well. Whatever it is, I was just going to wait. But yes, people, it seems as though it's heading towards its climax. Probably won't make it out of 2022, just being honest with you. If it's headed towards the climax with the next chapter, more than likely maybe a month left of chapters. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but probably about a month left of chapters, and Tokyo Revengers will be going bye-bye, with the anime returning with, I believe, what is it, the Christmas Showdown arc that we're supposed to be getting soon. Like, that'll probably be the next thing up. But yeah, I don't want to feel sad about it, because it feels like it's been a long time coming now for this series to be ending, and here we go, entering the climax. But again, like I said, there's 2 more series that are ending. The next one might not be of interest to a lot of you, but I do think that it's important because it is a big series. It just never really blew up that big over here in the West. Ace of Diamond Act 2 manga ends in 2 chapters. This year's 46th issue of Kodansha's weekly shonen magazine revealed on Wednesday that Yuji Terajima's Ace of Diamond Act 2 sequel manga will end in 2 chapters. The final chapter is scheduled for the magazine's 48th issue on October 26th, and he launched Ace of Diamond Act 2 in August 2015, so damn, he had a sequel that lasted 7 freaking years. And also makes me a little bit worried about the future of Weekly Shonen Magazine, because for starters, Tokyo Revengers right now is pretty much the flagship title in terms of sales. It outdoes everything from Hiromashima's Eden Zero. It's just really, really enormous. It is like the biggest thing in the world. That's probably why it went on way longer than expected, because, dog, the money has been pouring in with those volume sales. But yeah, with that, and then Ace of Diamond, which is also a pretty big seller, has been in the past at the very least for sure. What's up with Weekly Shonen Magazine? I mean, the newest thing that they've got right now is Gachi Akuta, which I ain't gonna lie, it is a really interesting and exciting manga, but in terms of sales success, is like, Kodansha, what's going on? I know it's not Weekly Shonen Magazine, but Attack on Titan is over. Like, what's happening here? Unless they're planning on like, hey, we can let these 2 end because we're gonna have an Attack on Titan sequel coming soon, which I still don't doubt that that's going to happen at some given point, maybe after the anime ends. But very, very strange that they're gonna let 2 juggernauts end around the same time. This is very different from Weekly Shonen Jump's acts that, hey, you lasted 15 chapters, you didn't grab the audience we expect, get out of here. This is, hey, you're a giant, but still, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna do you like Ned Stark, we gotta cut that head off, lad. So we gotta wait and see what's gonna happen with Weekly Shonen Magazine. But as it stands, 2 juggernauts, Tokyo Revengers and Ace of Diamond, are ending, and we still got 1 more. Those are 2, Tokyo Revengers humongous, Ace of Diamond pretty popular over here, very popular over there in Japan, and the 3rd one up is, of course, I just mentioned them, Weekly Shonen Jump. It wouldn't be a cancellation process without Jump being somewhere involved, and they are canceling a new one that I was actually interested in reading for other reasons. I won't really get into it, not fan service or anything like that. Get that mind out of the gutter. But yeah, they're ending Super Smart Phone by Hiroki Tomisawa and Kentaro Hidano will be ending in issue 46 of Weekly Shonen Jump magazine. Wow, that one kind of came and went, right? And to be honest with you, again, a couple of people were telling me that it was really good and I should check it out for research purposes for a project that I'm working on, and I was like, maybe I might, I don't know. Well, does it really matter now? Because Weekly Shonen Jump was like, nah, you gotta go, fam. You gotta go. You ain't do it. I'm not even gonna lie, and maybe this is a hot take, and if it's a hot take, it's a hot take, but to a certain degree, I'm starting to look at things from a different perspective as I venture out into other endeavors of, like, you know, just creating and whatnot, where yes, it is very unfortunate that Weekly Shonen Jump doesn't give these authors, you know, the hey, go 50 chapters, go 100 chapters, but we also do got to keep in mind that this is a business, this is an investment. You got to think how many people have to get paid in order for these chapters to be made. Could you imagine what Oda gets for one chapter of One Piece and his whole crew and everything? That is a lot of money that gets invested into these manga. So if they're going to invest into a newbie and it ain't popping off quickly, oftentimes you're going to look at your pockets like, damn, my pocket's bleeding and there's no return in sight, no audience coming in and nothing like that. Yeah, to a certain degree, I can understand. It's not fair. It feels very shitty to some of these authors and artists. Like back in the day, you know, a series would be maybe slow in the beginning, but if you let it marinate a little bit, it would take off. But oftentimes it's a risky investment, especially in a day and age where you never know what could pop. So it's kind of like a gray area, so to speak, where I completely sympathize with the authors and artists that don't get enough time to really flesh out their stories. But I also understand where some of these companies are coming from. I am investing a lot of money into this manga, giving you a chance. If there's no ROI in sight, then what am I doing here? You know what I'm saying? So I kind of started to understand a little bit of that aspect as well, considering especially they're a giant publisher. It probably costs a lot to get a new serialization off the ground, and if it's not looking good in terms of building an audience, why are we wasting our time? Let's move on to the next one. The next jump hit might be waiting there while we're wasting time on Super Smartphone. But either way, we gotta do a little eulogy, RRP, because Tokyo Revengers ending, Ace of Diamond ending, and Super Smartphone canceled, because the other two are ending with, you know, honor. They're going out with pride. They're getting retired. This one right here was like, you gotta go, fam. So again, 3 pretty notable series coming to an end. Tokyo Revengers, Ace of Diamond, Super Smartphone. Hate to see it, but you know, all good things must come to an end, right? And I don't really know that Super Smartphone was a good thing. I just heard it was. Next up, a couple of pieces of Boruto / Naruto news. For starters, you know those key visuals, those really beautiful key visuals that they released for Boruto's big anniversary celebration. Again, it was Naruto and Sasuke as kids, Naruto and Sasuke in Shippuden, Naruto and Sasuke towards the end of Shippuden with Naruto having the QB chakra form, and now they released the final visual. It's basically Boruto era. You got Sasuke, you got Hokage Naruto, and at the top, it's pretty much everything that I really care about in the Boruto series, like Ishiki and Barya mode, Kurama RIP, the Kurama with the Susanoo armor. All of that is really what I care about from Boruto and Naruto. And yeah, it seems as though they released, I don't know why they took so long to release that final one. Maybe they were just like, we don't got nothing for next week, throw that out. But yeah, that's what they released this week for the big 20th anniversary celebration, that they're releasing new news every single week. And now combined, it looks really cool. I ain't gonna lie, all of these key visual things. It makes you really wonder with that Naruto 10-minute anime remake and everything, what do they got planned at the end of this whole thing? We'll see. Because also, we got a little bit of an update. It says here, Naruto spin-off novels Sasuke Retsuden and Konohashiden manga adaptation info will be released in next week's Weekly Shonen Jump issue number 47. And yo, I ain't gonna lie, that art alone, if that's what these things are gonna look like, I ain't mad at it one bit. And yes, in case you don't know, Sasuke is getting a manga, because when I reported it last week, a lot of people were like, what? And when I was talking about it on Twitter, people were like, huh? Yes, Sasuke is getting a manga based off one of the novels, and also there's another manga that's going to be, which it was already somewhat adapted into the anime, but from my understanding, the anime kind of takes that material and goes off and does something ridiculous with it, so maybe this manga will be a lot better than what we got in the anime. And the Sasuke one, I'm just dying to see it. I ain't gonna lie, this is one of the highlights of what I'm anticipating for this last quarter of the year in the world of anime and manga. Can't freaking wait for it. You should definitely check it out, because if these things are a success, it might tell them, hey, because these are going to be released, I believe, bi-weekly, maybe you should, you know, do something fresh with Boruto. That monthly schedule ain't really working out for us, huh, lads? Either way, Sasuke Retsuden and Konohashiden manga adaptation info releasing next week. Just a quick update for My Hero Academia fans in particular that want the English dub for season 6, because in case you don't know, we're a couple episodes deep now into My Hero Academia season 6. This is was a grandiose season to say the least, but again, there's dub fans that are like, yo, what's up with the dub? When are we gonna get that? What's happening? And according to this, My Hero Academia Season 6 English dub trailer was released, and the dub episodes will be available from October 15th on. So in the next couple days, you'll have basically, there'll be what, like 2-3 episodes behind on My Hero Academia. That's not too bad, to be honest with you. I did like what Funimation was doing a couple years back, where it would have same day, like you would have the option when the episodes come out. Like, do I want to watch it in English or Japanese? Maybe financially it just wasn't hitting like they wanted it to, so that's why they're like, we can do a 2 to 3 episode delay, why not? Even though I'm like, it was so cool to have like, hey, I could just watch this in dub if I want. I'm probably gonna watch sub, but for the ones that want that dub, it's available to you. I don't know, maybe as anime and manga expands in the West, they'll probably bring that option back to us or something like that. But yeah, My Hero Academia English dub episodes will begin October 15th.